Hey guys, you want to hear a joke? Gaming journalism. So, we have seen what transpired with pertaining to Spider-Man 2 that came out on the PS5, right? We had a whole bunch of individuals come out and say that this game was so groundbreaking, it was so magnificent, there was no flaws whatsoever. There was nothing wrong with this game. There was no bugs or glitches with this game. It just goes to show, like, when it pertains to a certain company that a lot of gaming journalists like to dick ride, this ultimately hurts consumers into buying a broken game. I don't give a crap if some individuals say like this is like Spider-Man 2 is the game of the year, like, you know, the Dreamcast guy, the MGBs, the freaking Mighty Keys. All the other individuals, the Amazing Lucas, will probably say this game is game of the year when this game had way more bugs and glitches, and it literally crashed more PS5s than what they claim is not game of the year, Starfield. Which Starfield is not game of the year. It's not. That's either going to Baldur's Gate or Tears of the Kingdom. My personal opinion is to go to either Liza P, because Liza P is a damn good game. But you have individuals, right? You have individuals, right, that have pointed out the bugs, and which I'm going to be playing right here. Shout out to Fatanka Plays for the video, and hopefully he doesn't give me a strike for this. He doesn't give me a strike. But yeah, you have a lot of individuals come out and say, like, you know, pertaining to PlayStation, right? Like, PlayStation can never do no wrong. There's nothing. PlayStation can never do anything that ultimately hurts consumers, whether it be raising the prices again for the PlayStation Network, or whether it be increasing the prices of the games, even though the games are severely broken. Sony did it first, but then Microsoft and Nintendo in the following suits, which is pretty stupid because y'all gonna charge $10 extra for a game, and the game is severely broken, and people are already going through a hard enough time paying for some bills. Y'all expect people to pay $10 more for a broken ass game. Guys, that's really what this is. A broken ass game that has literally made people PS5 crash. Now, if this game does come on the PC eventually, best believe the PC mods, the PC guys are going to fix this game where Sony literally rushed this game out because they had nothing else coming out this year. Like Final Fantasy 7 Part 2 or whatever the hell it was, there was nothing really big that happened with PlayStation this year. So they had Insomniac rush out a broken freaking game, and then they expected people to just be okay with it, in which a lot of individuals, such as the idiotic game journalists, did, because if you had seen the Metacritic score right here, where they gave Starfield a A3 on Metacritic. A lot of people said the game was boring. There was a lot to do in the game. They just wanted to play the game and just get it over with. They gave like Metacritic gave it a 83. But when it came to Spider-Man 2, a much more broken ass game that literally crashed people's PS5s, they say this game was perfect, no bugs, no glitches whatsoever. They gave it a 91, and people said it was a game of the year. This is how bad gaming journalism is in today's time. That they're more worried about playing it safe for a certain corporation and where they need to get the out their mouth, instead of like giving people the brutally honest truth. Now, you see all these individuals have a severe bias against Xbox games or even some PC games, where they have a complicit bias and where their favorite console, PS5 or PlayStation, Sony, can never do no wrong because it's Sony. Who's going to criticize Sony for putting out any broken games? Actual individuals that cares about gaming. That's who's going to call this out. Actual individuals that cares about gaming, and they don't want people to buy a broken ass game. But Sony obviously rushed out Insomniac to put this game out because they had nothing else going for this year, and they really wanted to get that game of the year contender, which Spider-Man 2 and Starfield is not going to get. Like I said, it's either going to be Baldur's Gate 3 or Tears of the Kingdom. It's lots of pieces should also be in that. Yep, should also be in that. But guys, like I said, when you have gaming journalists not doing their jobs right, journalism in general doesn't do their jobs right. They put out this misconception about certain games where if you don't like this certain game, then you're obviously a hater and you're being salty or anything like that. So these journalists always want to play it safe because they're afraid of the backlash that's going to be transpiring if they give the brutally honest truth about a certain game. And Spider-Man, which is already a huge IP for Marvel, of course it was going to do big pertaining to Sony, because Sony pretty much owns a huge portion of Spider-Man. So of course it was going to get a whole bunch of money from this game. And Spider-Man is already a huge IP. Spider-Man is a fan favorite in the Marvel universe. It's quite obvious that, everybody loves Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man. But the one thing that I'm not going to do is play kiss ass, okay? I'm not going to be playing kiss ass. And that's exactly what these gaming journalists do pertaining to a certain billion-dollar company. They play kiss ass because they don't want certain individuals, the Sony ponies, they don't want the Sony ponies to come out and say, oh, you just hating. Just you guys remember when Elden Ring won Game of the Year? They said it was rigged. And forget, what was that game that came out? God of War Ragnarok. Yeah, freaking God of War Ragnarok got beat by Elden Ring. They said the freaking game is rigged, even though the freaking Last of Us 2 won Game of the Year, and for what I've seen, that game was absolute freaking trash. It was nothing but freaking redneck zombie apocalypse. People say it was one of the best games of gaming history. Game journalists have said this. It was literally nothing but freaking redneck zombie apocalypse, and they say it was the best game of the century because of the story. The people are more worried about a story in the video game than actually playing an actual game like Elden Ring. And Elden Ring deserved that title of Game of the Year because it was an actual game, not a story. People say, oh, it had no story behind it. Then it's going to show that they wasn't actually paying attention to, because there's a bunch of lore in that game. And game journalists literally said, like, this game should not have won Game of the Year. This goes to show, like, how much of a joke gaming journalism is. That they would code for a certain corporation, then actually give out an honest opinion about certain games. If they don't like role-playing games, they just say it's not their taste. Don't say this game is trash because it's a role-playing game. Like the Dark Souls franchise. Dark Souls 3 should have won Game of the Year. Freaking Elden Ring deserved to win Game of the Year. Actually, it earned to win Game of the Year. Spider-Man 2 should not be a contender for Game of the Year in 2023. People have lost their damn mind defending this crap, especially pertaining to the Dreamcast guy, J-Dub, MGB, and all these other dick riding Sony ponies out here that don't see no wrong with what Sony is doing and pushing out a rush game. Looking to gain some early money, some stolen money from a broken game. But guys, once again, gaming journalism is a joke. Spider-Man 2 is not Game of the Year. It's a buggy ass game, and people defending it, they're not actual gamers. They're more worried about pushing a objective. But that's just my opinion, guys. Let me know what y'all think about in the comments below. If you guys like the game, if you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, hit the notification bell. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.